The energy sector is set to feel the brunt of the effects of the escalation of the conflict in the Middle East for the economies in Grenada and the region. The cost of energy, according to Christopher Diali, will be impacted, who notes the closure of the Strait of Hormuz by Iran, which is strategic to the export of most of the oil and natural gas.
When that happens, costs for advanced countries will go up. So the cost of stuff that we import every week will go up as that heads up. That's commodities now. So there will be inflationary increases there. And of course, we will see for energy directly, the price of gas and the price of generating electricity and all of that. It will have a multiple effect across the board for islands like us in the OECS and the Caribbean.
Mr. Diali says preparation for these effects will have to start at the individual level and their ability to conserve.
That's how now our will announce when we're heading into drought situations, everybody's expected to fill containers with water to mitigate the lack of water to use. The same thing will have to apply to energy. We'll probably have to drive less, so we go to the gas pump less, so it costs us a little less to fill up our vehicles. Similarly, at home, we pay attention to our lights and our energy consumption and hope that over the next period that this is going on and the world isn't thrown into this kind of crisis, that we can mitigate the effects on our pockets.
He is expecting delayed effects to businesses. However, increases in energy costs is the anticipated outcome, as well as increased cost for shipping. The former private sector senator explains that in bringing in raw materials, goods and commodities, freight costs will significantly increase based on the length of the war.
Of course, government has the option to help by giving subsidies of some sort of nature, whether it's through Grenlec or other things at the pump, but that is costly for the government, and the government, of course, will have to weigh if they're doing something like that, considering something like that, how long they could do it for. And then, of course, they have to keep paying attention to what is happening to the price of oil as the situation evolves.
Diari says the delayed effect is a positive for businesses, which can plan ahead and control inventory levels for adequate supply to customers.
Already seeing huge increases in oil tankers passing through the Straits of Hormuz, and now that is closed off, that is going to create even more issues with freight and the cost of getting goods to the US and other major countries that we buy commodities and services and goods from. So it is going to have a challenge. Businesses will have to look at their raw materials and understand how it's going to impact in terms of supply to customers in Grenada if the shipping cost goes up and if there's delays in shipping because of this situation over there.
While he encourages personal lifestyle changes to mitigate the effects, the former senator notes the possible downturn of money circulating in the country due to a likely prolonged war. I am Gerard Joseph reporting.